and it was Scott.
Hello?
This guy.
Yeah, this is the Scott Gata. Yeah, the one from
Wow.
My teams.
Go for Scott.
You guys want me on Stephanie McMahon's podcast? No. You're joking.
We're losing them, guys. We're losing them.
In the spirits of Fanatic games, I sure I'll do it. Anyway, I'm busy right now. I got my own podcast to worry about, but we'll do business.
Yeah.
We'll be in touch. Okay.
Yeah, we're live.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is that Stephanie McMahon's road agent?
Well, it was New York calling. It was that 203 number.
New York.
You know?
New York. Yeah. Were the Carolinas calling? No, it was New York.
No.
All right. This guy's a big deal. Obviously, we're going to lose him soon here, I think. Just remember where you came from, all right? Pal, Mrs. Producer, who's in a fantastic mood this evening, by the way. Old Timbo Slice might be on the couch tonight, brother. Go get you some drinks, guy. I think we all need to regroup here. And get your fucking earbuds in. This guy. We're losing him already. Look at him. He's got the tank top on already. He thinks he's in Vegas. Still in the Northeast. Nobody told him. Oh, here we go. This guy. Here he comes. Coming down the aisle. Weighing in at a soaking wet 125 pounds.
Yeah. HGA.
This guy fired up. Fired up.
Apparently, did I tell you the bar in my hotel is transforming to a wrestling themed bar?
Ooh.
Did I tell you that yet?
Yeah, you did tell me that. And a lobby autograph signing?
Yeah, that's a WWE one. Plus, there's wrestling at my hotel. Killer Cross is having a match.
In the hotel?
Ruby? Yes, at the Luxor, like in the HyperX Arena, which is part of the Luxor. I have a feeling that I have a lot of wrestlers staying in my hotel. Not WWE wrestlers, but I feel like
indie guys, AEW guys.
Yeah.
Let's wait and see.
Man, I have a grilled cheese downstairs I haven't sinking my teeth into yet.
Go grab your grilled cheese while I think she's putting the baby back down. She's the best communicator in the world, so she always tells me what she's doing.
You think it's going to be a while? I don't think, maybe I was going to save it for the podcast, but well, whatever. We're reporting now anyway, so.
Yeah, you've been hitting the squat rack, Gata?
No, well, I'm going to meet Stephanie now. I've kind of pulled the trigger on that today.
Nice, bro. Nice. You going to do like some mock squats next to her?
Some Hindus.
Show her your form?
Some Hindu squats.
Hindus next to her? Yeah, just jump up on the stage next to her.
I will just mark out and I will just be like, thank you so much. Everything.
Yeah, you're gonna be like,
done.
Mrs. McMahon. Oh, I'm such a fan.
I love it. I love you.
Loved you. I've been thinking about you my whole life.
Business. You've created my childhood. Like, I don't know. Like I pretty much would be like, no, thank you. If it wasn't for you and your family and this business, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to be on the bump. That was a tremendous opportunity. And tell her how, like, you know, like basically say like, yeah, I'm Scott Gata. Like you probably should already know me, but I'm just reminding you, like, you know, and like mention the bump. No, I'm just kidding. I want to do all that.
No.
But, and then I'll be like, you know, thanks to you, you know, that from the bump that encouraged me to enter the Fanatics games. You know, your podcast is like, I wouldn't remind her, but her podcast is a Fanatics podcast. So it's her podcast is run by Fanatics and WWE. It's a joint production.
Interesting.
So
okay, didn't know that.
So, and I will probably wear my Fanatics games t-shirt, you know, that says I compete in the games, just in case she forgets, you know.
Yeah. Make sure you put yourself over.
And I got to compete in it last year, and it was a true honor to be a part of that. And I did so well, and I'm doing it again this year. And I hope I can see you this year there. And
I'm looking forward to the Macho Man being inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Well, he's already in the Hall of Fame, but I don't know why he was to associate Macho Man and Stephanie.
Sorry. All right. Anywho, let's go live. We don't want to. No, but I can.
No, but do you? It sounds like it.
Okay. No, there's no music here. It's just the dog.
I hear voices in my head. And they
come to me. They understand. They talk.
You know what? You just made the same mistake I've been making for years. You just said, I hear voices in my head. What? I said, no, before that. And I've been saying it for years. It's, I hear voices in my head and I say, they come for me. I understand. They talk to me. It's not they come for me. It's they counsel me.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because now the crowds are singing it. And it's they counsel me. God, I feel like
God.
I know, man. I look it up, man. You know who said it back and it just he had a distinct like tone in his voice where I was like, I guess it is counsel. and that was none other than Jelly Roll. And and it's an actual singer singing it. So,
dude, I don't know, bro. What do you want? Like 123lyrics.com? Like, come on, bro.
There's no back in the day, you used to buy CDs and you used to open up the package and you could see the fucking lyrics of every song. Now,
good point. I forgot all about that. Yeah, you used to be able to open up the front insert, brother. Yeah.
Do they have those in those WWF CDs though?
It's a good question.
Because those old early Monday Night Raw songs, I could definitely use some lyrics to.
Yeah, I tried to sing the Nation of Domination theme, and that didn't work out too well last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was.
I'll tell you the first SmackDown theme though. I would love to have the lyrics to know what there's. You know what? Whose entrance theme I definitely know the lyrics to though. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I don't know all of it. So I can do test. This is a test. Test. This is a test. And then
here we go. Here we go.
Maybe that's what I think it is, but I don't think it is. I don't know.
Really?
We're doing YouTube. Guess the lyrics. We're gonna play it. Hopefully with no copyright infringements.
Oh, man, see, you're gonna piss off the producer now.
We're gonna try to guess the lyrics and see how far the fuck off we are.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be terrible, dude. I can't. I just, in my head, I make up my own lyrics. Like when I can't understand a word, I just make it up and then I go with it for like the rest of my life. All right. So anytime the song comes on, I sing it my way.
Me and the Randy Orton forever.
Yeah. Like, I don't even bother looking it up.
Sing it your way, but it sounds like the highway.
Yeah. Terrible. Oh, damn, you gotta.
Speaking of which, along the lines of Limp Bizkit, you know who's doing a free concert in Vegas on Fremont Street, bro? I think
during your
Friday night or Saturday night. Yeah, while I'm there, fucking Drowning Pool, dude, is doing a live concert, free concert.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Just walk up to free. Yeah. Well, the bodies hit the floor. They did some songs at WrestleMania 18. They sung Triple H to the ring, actually.
Ooh, I would remember Triple H vaguely.
Most people forget. Yeah. I think, Triple H Motorhead, but Triple H time to play the
Triple H Drowning
Pain. Here comes the pain. I don't know, but
that was great, Scott.
I wonder if they'll do that again. But they'll definitely do bodies. I mean, they'll have to end with bodies.
Your body's going to be somewhere every night, brother. We know that.
I don't know if I can actually name another, aside from what I just said about the Triple H one, can I name another Drowning Pool song?
I feel like they got like blackballed at some point. And I don't know. I think actually, oh man, really, I don't want to get too deep here. Scratch what you said.
You're gonna say like, is it the same lead singer? Somebody in that band might have passed away.
Yeah, something happened.
Maybe.
Yeah, anyway, or
could be wrong.
Okay. All right, moving on. All right, let's jump into this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stiff Shot Podcast. We're starting this week on a slight somber note here. Some sad news we found out this week. Apparently, this happened back in late March. We had mentioned on the podcast a few weeks ago about a longtime WWF referee by the name of Dave Dwinell that we had the privilege of meeting several times throughout indie shows here in the Northeast as he got later on in his career after his time in WWF, and he was in a number of different promotions over the span of his career, which lasted a number of years. I think over 30 years at least. He was doing a lot of indie show refereeing, and we were there, and like I said, I got to talk to him several times, got to meet him, hung out with him a couple times. Unfortunately, Dave did pass away in late March due to an ongoing medical condition that he had. So, Scott, I'll give it to you. I just want to say that us, Scott, myself at the Stiff Shot Podcast, thoughts and prayers to Dave Dwinell and his family. He was a great guy. He was awesome. He loved this business that we all love, and we're going to miss him.
Yes, absolutely. Dave Dwinell, rest in peace. My friend, maybe modern day wrestling fans maybe are not too familiar with Dave Dwinell, but a legendary referee in the games, definitely refereed tons of Andre the Giant matches. We got to know him personally through his Northeast wrestling experience in the mid 2000s to late 2000s. Refereeing big matches over there. I remember actually getting to watch a match with you, Tim, where I think he refereed a match with none other than George Animal Steel being there. Great dude. We got to meet with him on the retirement dinner of one Kurt Adonis, a CT independent wrestling icon. That was the night that Kurt Adonis went into the Hall of Fame for the Northeast Wrestling promotion, as well as Bam Bam Bigelow that night, if I'm not mistaken, and as well as I believe the first person that was inducted that night into the Northeast Wrestling Hall of Fame was none other than Mr. David Dwinell. So,
and by the way, he had a great sweater on that night. Great sweater,
red Argyle sweater. Yes. I had a couple cocktails that night, so you'll see it in the photo. But Dave was a great guy. It was great to catch up with him, and I know, Tim, you had a similar experience in recent years where you inadvertently ran into Mr. Dwinell, and it was a pleasant surprise to see him. I believe at the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. Did I get that right? The Pro Wrestling Museum.
Yeah, MVP Arena. Shout out to Dave, like I said.
When you sent me that photo of you and Dave, it warmed my heart to see that. So it's kind of ironic, I guess, weird in a way that, we just mentioned him, I think, like 2 episodes ago, and then we got this terrible news. But prayers go out. Legend, man. Dave Dwinell. God bless.
For sure. Yeah, so
no easy transition when you go into something like that. Someone we knew, someone that was dedicated to the wrestling business. But now we'll go ahead and we'll get started with the Stiff Shot podcast episode. I don't even know. What are we on? Is this number 5?
5 time. Yes, sir. This is episode number 5 here. Going quick, man. I can't believe that we've made it this far. Actually, I do believe that. We are dedicated to this, man. We're doing this thing, and I've been getting a lot of feedback, great response from some people. We have international listeners, which I was very excited to see. So we've been, a couple of people reached out to us, which was awesome. Thanks, guys. Always appreciate the love, like what we're doing. We're going to keep doing it. Like I said, if anybody has any suggestions, feedback, ideas for segments, bring them on. Bring them on, guys. We have some ideas of our own as we get the format kind of dialed in here in the future. But if you have anything to add for us, send us a DMs and leave us a comment on your favorite platform. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify, and Apple Music. We're also on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, I should say, not Apple Music, and all your favorite social platforms, YouTube and TikTok and all the others. So definitely give us a like, follow, share, and give us your comments, because we do listen and we will respond. So thanks, guys, for your listening and dedication. I want to start off this week, Scott, because I think we need to dedicate, a bit here to the podcast, to your trip, man. We confirmed it on last week's podcast. You are going to WrestleMania. That's right, brother. You're going to Mania, dude. That's awesome. You got your ticket booked for, I believe, feel free to correct me on any of this shit, but you have your ticket booked for Saturday for actual Mania, or maybe Sunday. I think you said night 2. I'm already screwing it up.
No, night 1. Sorry, yeah, night 2. I'll be there for Sunday. Sorry.
There we go. Okay, somebody's going to get this right. Watch party another day. As many fans know that keep up with wrestling, WrestleMania weekend. And it's not even a weekend anymore, guys. Like it's an entire week full of festivities, a lot of which are affiliated with WWE, autograph signings, WWE World. So they have planned a whole week around that. As we're filming this, depending on when this comes out, shortly after this, we are going to bed because I need to get up at the ass crack of dawn to drive Mr. Big Papa Bump over here down to the airport, or up to the airport, so he can catch his plane to Vegas. We have some fun stuff planned for you guys during Scott's trip. We are going to be streaming live, so tune in, man. And I won't steal all the thunder, Scott. I know you want to tell our listeners to turn on notifications, right, man? Turn on those follows, because we plan to go live for the first time on the Stiff Shot podcast multiple times throughout WrestleMania week here, because our man Scott Gott is going to be there live and in color. So he will be giving us the lowdown on what's going on, all the fun activities that are planned. We got WrestleCon. We have, Scott, I know you purchased some additional tickets for some autographs and meet and greets. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you, bud, to let us know what you're doing. Give us a breakdown here. I know day 1 is Thursday. So let us know what you got going on Thursday, man. What's popping?
All right. So as far as what I'm doing, yes, I'm going to WrestleMania this year. Everybody says WrestleMania ticket sales are struggling compared to last year. Well, I didn't go last year. So I think a lot of people that went last year maybe are not going this year, right? They have that that context of John Cena doesn't have a match, right? He is going to be there now, so maybe that helps ticket sales a little bit. But he was there last year, not there this year. Back-to-back Manias in the same city. Maybe not the most ideal for the wrestling traveler in you. But since I didn't go last year, risky business as well, absolutely. So I didn't go last year, so I'm going to go this year. I do love Vegas. I am a little bit of a gambler. Got a good deal on a hotel stay, so had to take advantage of it. Yeah, by the time this airs, I'll already be in Vegas, but stay tuned because I'll be sending updates of everything that's going on. So basically, Wednesday is probably in the past as you're listening to this, but I get in on Wednesday. The biggest thing for me that's going on Wednesday is the trivia contest hosted by none other than Maven of the Tough Enough One finalist, a season 1 winner. He is hosting it. He's got a great YouTube channel going on right now. He's made some strides with that. So gonna be there, gonna try to dominate that. I mean, I am kind of
Scott, expert. You are gonna dominate that, bro.
Okay. So it's kind of the best of both worlds for me as a trivia. It's wrestling there, and it's at a rooftop, like it's called the Beer Park. It's a rooftop bar with like probably 100 selections of beer. So I'm very looking forward to that to kick off basically my Vegas experience. So that'll be on the Wednesday night. So Wednesday, I mean, WWE has like some free signings going on. I know the Trick Williams is doing a signing at a liquor store down the road from me. I would love to go meet Trick Williams, but I can already predict that line will be absolutely massive. So that's as far as what I got going on Wednesday, other than like, as far as the wrestling goes. Yeah, I'm going to look for good food. I'm going to look for a nice steak somewhere. You damn right I'm going to have some In-N-Out burgers. And obviously, I got to hit up a nice breakfast buffet at one of these joints. But stay tuned to that, and I'll give updates on that. But that's Wednesday.
Scott will be broadcasting live from the breakfast buffet also, just to let you know what he's eating that morning to fuel up for Mania, guys. But yeah, go ahead, Scott.
Of course I'll be updating. But so then Thursday, let's see, that's the first day of WWE World opening day, so definitely I'll be checking that out. Stay tuned to our socials for updates on that. They have new exhibits this year, including the Hulkamania Forever exhibit. I believe there's a Shawn Michaels exhibit coinciding with his new documentary that just aired on Peacock. And they say it's the world's largest, world that they've ever had, and the world's largest superstore there. So all kinds of exclusive merchandise will be there and everything. So, we'll have little snippets of videos throughout that. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. One person I have to meet on Thursday is Kathy Kelly, WWE interviewer, backstage correspondent. She's going to be there. She was a judge at the Fanatics games last year. Maybe she'll be a judge this year. Gonna have to kind of like, I don't know, is the right word, schmooze with her a little bit.
Schmooze a little bit?
If because she's a judge at the Fanatics games. So, if I can get on her good side, maybe I'll get a good score this year at the Fanatics games to get me closer to that $1 million. So gotta shoot my shot with Kathy Kelly. So gonna go meet her. What else on Thursday? Basically just checking out WWE World. There is a lot of other stuff going on. I know the hotel I'm staying at the Luxor. That is the pyramid that you see, that black pyramid. I'm trying to do a pyramid in Vegas. The hotel bar, the main bar, I guess, is going to transform into a wrestling themed bar. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what that could entail. I was looking it up a little bit. I actually got an email today. I was looking it up a little bit, and it said something about like there's a belt with a cup. Hear me out, Timbo. I might have to pull up the email and read it word for word, but I don't know if there's a cup in the belt or something. So, but basically, like, the belt goes around the bar, and I guess if you like chug the drink or whatever, okay, cool, you get to wear the belt until like the next person chugs a beer or something, and then you hand the belt over to them. I don't get how it all works, but it sounds like it's gonna be a fucking fun time with wrestling fans.
You got to broadcast live from that one, man. I think the people want to see the belt and the shot and the shared beer can. Yeah, let's do that, man.
For sure. Probably check out Fremont Street. There's a giant belt there. Check that out. Then we move on to Friday. Friday, I'm going off the top of my head now. Friday, I will be meeting. I just bought tickets today because he was just announced today. Shawn Michaels. I'll put it this way. I bought two Shawn Michaels autographs, And I'll tell you, those 2 Shawn Michaels autographs cost more
Scott.
than my 6-night hotel room stay. I'll put it like that. Now, like I said, I am a gambler, so I get a good deal on hotels. But my 2 Shawn Michaels autographs are more than that. I didn't think they'd last long. I was like, should I just get one? And I was like, oh, should I get? And I got 2. And I have. We've said in earlier.
Dude, they're
episodes, my
fleecing people
promo
out there.
collection.
What the hell, man? Oh, I said they're
What'd you say?
fleecing people out there, dude.
Man.
They're
Well,
making more
listen,
money
if your
off the
ticket
meet and
sales-
greets than the tickets, bro.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, all those numbers are going to go together so that they can compare this year to last year. So if the ticket sales aren't there, you get guys like me that'll spend X amount of money on 2 Shawn Michaels autographs.
Yeah, $6,000 on Mike Hickenbottom, for Christ's sake.
John Cena
Jesus.
was just announced his actually he's not even doing autographs. You could do a photo op with John Cena. You know how much it is after fees? $100. Luckily, I met John Cena in like 2006 and have a photo with him when it was like $20, I think. Anyway,
God, come
so
on, man.
Friday,
What the
yes,
hell,
I'll be
dude?
meeting Shawn Michaels, and I think also on Friday, I think I actually also meet the Undertaker. Getting
Ooh.
an autograph from him as well. So I have some promos. I would show you them now, but they're already in my suitcase. But a old school Undertaker one with like a purple background. So I'm like, I hope somebody has a purple Sharpie. Have him sign that in purple. And then Shawn Michaels, I have 2 promos, including one from 1996 when he won the title belt. He's got the Winged Eagle title on his shoulder. Got to get that one signed. And also, like, he's the one that awarded me that autographed Shawn Michaels heavyweight title right there when I won that on BB's YouTube show, The Bump. So he
Hence
never
the
got
name where you
face
got your
for that.
name. Big
He never got
Papa
to see me
Bump,
face to
brother.
face for that. Big Papa Bump. That's how I got that name, from that belt given to me by none other than Shawn Michaels. So I might have to remind him. Probably won't remember, but I'll just try to put it out
Yeah,
there
if he
for
doesn't
him.
remember, you hit him with the belt. Bring the belt and put that in the suitcase. That's right. Make him remember. Have the video queued up on your phone and shove it in his face. I can't stand him.
Yeah, Tim doesn't like Shawn Michaels, but
No.
my favorite as a kid.
No.
My absolute
No.
favorite. If
He
you go
made
back
me
and watch
lose
The
my
Bump,
smile. The punk.
I kind of tear up a little bit when Shawn Michaels hands me that title belt. Virtually. Now, I'm not there with him. Anyway, when it also comes to Friday, I know there's something I might be hitting up. It is very close to me. It's in a connecting hotel. Sports bar is Trish Stratus is hosting a series of events throughout the week. And one of the things she's doing is it's called like Trish's Dishes, where it's like, I guess like her culinary expertise in certain dishes or whatever that they're cooking there. And I guess they're like made to go. Some of them are made to go. I mean, you can buy a ticket to go in.
Buy a ticket to that, dude. You can go put some buns in the oven with Trish Stratus,
she's doing
brother.
a Q&A. She's doing a Q&A with Lillian Garcia. I've met Trish a few times. I've met Lillian a few times. Me and Tim in a later episode will tell the stories about me and Lillian ringside, and we'll show those pictures because I think they're hilarious.
Oh, they're great.
Actually, Lillian Garcia does not have my phone number, but she does have my email address.
Wow.
So there's that.
How many times has she emailed you, Gotta?
So it's I don't know if I want to spend that money to listen to their Q&A as much as I would love to, but I might just get like one of Trish's dishes to go, so to speak. So she's got a bunch of stuff going on there. Most likely Friday night, I'll probably end up at another trivia contest at the House of Blues in the Mandalay Bay. Friend of mine that I'm meeting that I used to do trivia with. I've never met him in person. I've only met him online. One Rucker from the Boot to the Face podcast. Shout out to them. Going to be meeting up with him. I'm definitely meeting up with him on Saturday. So I guess I'll just transition into Saturday. And Saturday is Mania Night 1. But in the morning, I'm going to go meet none other than Stephanie McMahon. I think I pulled the trigger on that either yesterday or today. She's been sold out, but every once in a while, I don't know, just more tickets become available. I saw the chance for a photo op with her. So I was like, I took it. So I'll be meeting Stephanie McMahon, I think early Saturday morning. So the key for me is to not have too late of a Friday night. Because I've had this happen to me before. WrestleMania 35. Tim, you were with me. We drank really late on the Saturday night for WrestleMania when it was one night only. And by Sunday morning was a little hungover. And the money I spent on a Seth Rollins meet and greet, well, I missed it.
Oh, man. Yeah. Brutal, dude.
So, but we did have a good time. Those in New York bars, we're from Connecticut. The bars are closed at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. tops on the weekends. Not the case in New York City, and definitely not the case in Vegas. So mature Scotty's got to come into effect so that he can get a good night's sleep, so he does not miss Stephanie McMahon Saturday morning. But anyway, so
man, that'll be a doozy.
hopefully-
Dropping all those funds on that and then missing out. You got to make that one, guy. That's what I said. You got, dude. It was hard enough for us in New York City, dude. Like, how are you gonna make this? I mean, I know it's not your first rodeo in Vegas, right? But like,
well, after that, I'll go back to the hotel, probably change, get ready for WrestleMania, because on the East Coast or the West Coast, right? WrestleMania 2:30 starts at, I think, something like that, 2:30. I want to have enough time. Well, I'll change. I'll get my swimsuit and everything, and then I head over to Fremont Street, circa
get your swimming
stadium swim. Yep, I'll put the armbands on. Big giant pool party, 137 foot screen, throwing on WrestleMania. I'll meet my guy Rucker there, and then we'll just be partying there, watching that. And then after that gets out, who knows? All bets are off. I think we're gonna hit up like a dive bar. I would love to. Side note from wrestling, I would love to. There is, I don't even know if I can get in because I'm not a guest at that hotel, but there's a hotel right next door that has a water slide. And since I'll already have my swimsuit on, it has a water slide that goes through a shark tank. Yes, it's enclosed. I'm not swimming with the sharks.
what the hell?
I'm not gonna try to Henry Winkler Fonz this thing, okay? But
I bet no one got that reference.
I would love to just go down that slide, and my phone is waterproof. It has a waterproof case. I'd love to film that for you guys. My trip down that slide and show it to the Stiff Shot Pod universe. Yeah, so that's Saturday, and then Sunday that'll be the night of WrestleMania. I'm sure I'll have a good brunch that day. No WWE World that day. I think I'm only doing WWE World the Thursday, Friday, Saturday to meet the people I got to meet. So Sunday, I'm sure that means I can party hard Saturday night. So I can wake up a little late Sunday. I don't think it's a problem. Other than Sunday, I do want to hit up. The only way I'll go to WWE World on Sunday is if a Stephanie McMahon autograph session opens up, because she's only signing autographs on Sunday. That'll be the only way I go. But then I have to buy that ticket, and then I have to buy an admission ticket for Sunday. So I don't know if I want to go ahead and do all that, even if it does become available. I do have a Stephanie McMahon autograph. I would love more because I have the promos, but we'll see. If it becomes available, then maybe I'll do that, and that'll be part of my Sunday morning. But other than that, I'll try to enjoy Vegas on Sunday morning, and then go to a tailgate party that'll start at 11 a.m. And that'll run till basically 2 o'clock, just before WrestleMania starts, and then I'll head to WrestleMania. And then after that, I don't even know yet what I'm going to do as far as a WrestleMania after party. There's plenty of stuff going on. There's Gronk Beach. Who knows? Like, I could end up anywhere. And then
Yeah, you could.
I could end up anywhere.
Maybe a club or two, a slipper or two.
Monday is
No sell.
nothing crazy. Just that's like my real day to enjoy Vegas. So to find the good food that I want to find, definitely going to go to Monday Night Raw at night though. WWE World, I don't really see the need in doing it Monday, unless if like there's some blockbuster announcement and they're like Triple H is doing a meet and greet, and I'm like, okay, then maybe I'll go to
That's
that.
not happening. I'm telling you right now.
Like WWE World on the Monday it's probably going to be the slowest day, but it's also like it's only open for 4 hours, like 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that's it. So
Everyone's
I'll definitely go to Monday Night
point.
Raw. I do not have a ticket yet to Monday Night Raw. I don't know if I should wait and see if they drop. I don't know if I'm going to try to do and then I fly back Tuesday. I don't even remember what time my flight comes back. I think I could be at the airport at like noon, but we'll see about that.
Probably figure that one out, Scott. And I, Timbo Slice needs to know that too, bud. All right. So otherwise you're going to be stranded
there's
there,
tons of other stuff going on. There's wrestling shows going on out of my hotel. I skipped over WrestleCon. I'm going to go to WrestleCon at some point. I just don't even know what days. I don't have to meet a lot of people because my collection of autographs, as I was like looking through them today to like, okay, Al Snow. Okay, I need to get that one signed. Oh, okay, Heath Slater. I got to get that one signed. And then as I'm looking through my stuff, it's like a lot of them are signed. So like my collection that I collect, honestly, is like drawing near to its end. Like I which is good.
Whoa,
I don't
really?
Yeah, as far as like the signed autographs go, it's like.
So help me understand, Scott. So for those people that don't know, Scott collects UF and WWE what's called P numbered promos. So essentially For those not in the know, I know we touched on it last week with the Jumping Bomb Angels. During WWE and WWF's tenure, when they would give photos to media outlets, newspapers, places like that, anybody who was doing promotion for them. So in other words, if an ad was going to go into a newspaper, or they needed a photograph to put in a magazine or something like that, WWF would send out these promotional photos to these media outlets so that they can use them freely for any promotion, because obviously they want the promotion. So it makes sense, right? But on them, they did I mean, how many promos are out there, Scott? Like 1,400 different wrestlers?
It's probably even more than that.
Probably more than that. Okay. And I'm just talking about the P numbered ones, man, because like when did the P numbers start, Scott? Do you know?
So 1990, because P001 is the Ultimate Warrior as the WWF champion. And that ran until P1201, I believe, which was Natalya Neidhart, which was in 2000, I think her rookie year. Her rookie WWE year. That's just the P number series. So there alone, you're talking 1,200. There's numbers that are either skipped or numbers that are missing or numbers that have never seen the light of day that like we all wonder. Like there's a block from like 934 to 1,000 that like nobody's ever seen what those numbers are. I think we've seen up to 935, but there's like 60 something promos that like, did they just skip it? Or do they exist somewhere and like they've never seen the light of day? Like nobody knows. It's one of those great mysteries. And that's just numbered promos. We're not talking like in the 80s, like the non-numbered promos. And we're also not even talking other companies. ECW had promos. WCW had promos. TNA had promos. AEW even had promos. Like, so yeah, you're talking. There's a lot out there.
The great thing about WWF/WWE is what they did is they did this P numbering system. And Scott was just talking a bit about it, right? And he was explaining. So these P number, it was cool because now they actually had a way to identify the photo, right? So like back in the 80s, there was no real way to identify, what was out there, right? But now, like with this categorization that Scott just mentioned happened, began in 1990. And I think, is it still going on today, or did they drop the P numbering system? I think they dropped it.
They dropped it.
But, during that duration of time, which spanned, 2 decades or whatever, almost, right? Or more, that P numbering system was cool because it allowed collectors to then track these photos. So, if Scott had something that was a P500 or something like that, right? He knows, okay, P500 is Razor Ramon or, whoever the wrestler is, right? So then in trading circles and collecting circles, people can figure out, who they're missing. Wow, I knew he was going to correct me, that son of a gun. Anyway, see, so Scott, look at this guy, man. We all know, right? Like he knows his shit, and clearly he knows his P numbers. So that's Scott's gimmick. That's his thing. And I have a few myself, right? They're cool. There's definitely some rare ones out there, man. Some very rare ones. And like Scott said, there's some missing, man. So even collectors that collect these things, there's still some that they don't know. I'd love to like get a whole list together of the P numbered promos to, and I know there's a couple of websites out there that Scott and I have visited, but it'd be cool to kind of round that list out, or at least find somebody in like the WWE, if they're still around, or an old WWF employee that actually like has some more knowledge and insight into these promos. I think we need to do a little digging there and come back to the podcast and have like a whole special on P number promos. That would be really cool. And if we can find some new information out, that would be even better, right? If we can get to those mystery hides in the P numbers and figure out, who those people are, that would be really, really cool. So anyway, Scott, you got some stuff here, bud. Show and tell time.
Yeah, so I grabbed exactly 20. Actually, I ended up grabbing 23, but I took 3 out because I was like, I said 20, let's do 20. Now, I'm not gonna. I could talk about every promo and I can give a story, but in the interest of time, we're just gonna go through, and we're really just we'll have a ticker maybe of signed, unsigned. Okay, so let's see. Exactly like I'm saying, I believe I have a lot signed now versus signed versus unsigned. So I just grabbed a random stack of 20. I have them in no particular order other than I was fishing through to see what I needed to go to Vegas with. So the first one I have is Commissioner Slaughter. It says, listen up, DX is a bunch of pukes. Maggot maybe in there. That's an order. Commissioner Slaughter.
That's an order.
Actually,
there you go. Yeah.
But like I said,
Nice.
I'm not going to spend the time talking about each one. So that was one signed. Next one is an unsigned one. Look at that. Lowdown. That is D'Lo Brown, Tiger Ali Singh, and Chaz, a.k.a. Mosh from the Headband.
I wonder if anybody remembers that tag, dude, or that trio.
You ready for the next one? You ready for
That's
the
a
next
gem.
one? This is
All right, let's
the
see.
next one signed in person. Vince McMahon.
Woo, look at that gem, dude. I don't know if I've ever seen that one before with the scratch logo in the background.
And after Vince, there's a Shane personalized to Scott, Shane McMahon. And these are all original promos. Next one, we got an unsigned, a Bret the Hitman Hart, which I actually have. Well, I save it on top loaders here. I got another Bret Hart behind there, also unsigned. Next up,
A black and white one. That's
Doc
another
Hendricks.
distinction, real quick, Scott. Some of these
Doc Hendricks
promos, like,
signed. Doc Hendricks unsigned. Sorry.
cool, man. I was just gonna say, like, some of them are black and white. You can have the same photo, same P number. One's black and white, one's color. Yes.
Yeah, for whatever reason, though, there's a lot in the early 90s. I want to say like 91, 92, where it's like it's P numbered as black and white, and then the color version is not P numbered.
Really?
Which I like the colored version better, but I need the P number for my collection.
Gotta have the P number,
But
man.
anyway.
Gotta have that.
Next one I have, I think we talked about this on the podcast a couple weeks ago. Just got that signed recently. Spike Dudley. This one,
Oh,
these are
yeah,
all together
LSD.
from the big event, the Road Dog, and then the Jacqueline, the rare one I think we talked about on the podcast. Next
Yes.
up, another signed one. It's a personalized to Scott, Bill Goldberg.
Old Billy Boy. Billy Boy
Who was also at
Goldberg
that big
there,
event, but I already met him. So next up, we got Testify, Reverend Devon,
Devon.
who I
Devon
believe.
Dudley.
I know that's like it's a black Sharpie, so you can't like really see it, but it does say Testify.
Nice.
Next up, this is an unsigned. Look at that one. Now that's classy Freddie Blassie.
Wow. The fashion.
It's got the
plate,
WWF
brother.
logo. The copyright is 2000, but this photo
Really?
is definitely like this is okay. I don't want to go too far into this, but
Rabbit
usually
hole
right
time.
there next to the P number is the photo credit. As you can see, there's no photo credit because this photo was taken, I don't know, maybe 1950 something, 1960 something, maybe even before that. I don't know. So they don't even know who took this
Ooh.
photo. That
That
might
could be a
one of the-
George Napolitano, bro.
It could be. Next one I have is I tend to put the same superstars together. So I have a Jeff Jarrett right there that's unsigned, but then when I turn it over,
Let me guess.
there's another
Jeff
Jeff
Jarrett.
Jarrett that is signed.
How did I know?
Next up, I have a Triple H right there, unsigned. But then when I flip it over, there's Triple H to Scott, signed. Which
The game.
terrible marker for that one, by the way.
Yeah. Terrorized.
Triple H even said, he's like, you have a terrible marker. John Morrison.
Damn, that's
signed.
fucked up.
Vicky Guerrero, signed. Teddy Long,
Wow.
player.
Yeah, let me holla at you.
We got a Sandman signed, who his last match is coming up in Vegas against the Invisible
Ooh.
Man. I have a Jazz signed, who will also be in Vegas as part of that Trish Stratus event. Tim, you were with me for this one. Deuce and Domino and Sherry signed.
Wow.
Only
Yeah,
more
man. We
Sherry
met
right
them.
there.
Albany, yeah.
And then the last one I got, of course, save the best for last, right? La Resistance, Rob Conway,
Woo.
and Sylvain Grenier. Sylvain didn't
You
even
know,
want
I
to sign
love
on his
that
own
tag
body. He's
team.
like, I don't want to ruin this. He's like, I'll sign over here on Rob.
Damn, dude. Nice. It's like, I don't want to screw up my body, man. I worked hard for
Did
that.
you say you
physique,
like
brother.
La Resistance?
I like La Resistance, yeah. Is that weird?
I don't know. It doesn't sound like you had any resistance.
Just look
Okay.
at me. All right.
That was after that tank.
God,
Anyway.
somebody's got to like these jokes out here. Anyway.
So yes, I will be getting more promos signed. If I get the chance to meet Stephanie McMahon, I'll have her sign a promo. Undertaker, I'll have a promo signed. Shawn Michaels, I got 2 promos that are going to get signed from him. Stone Cold Steve Austin, possibility, but my main priority, if you watched earlier episodes, is to get that signature of him and Hulk Hogan that is already signed by Hulk Hogan. That is my first priority there. So that's what I got going on in Vegas.
That would be sick. Look, dude, I hope you can fit all these in,
definitely.
man, because you spend a good amount of dough. You know, I hope everything works out.
Yeah.
I know scheduling wise can be tough, right? Like some of these freaking lines. I mean, you were talking about Rick Martel from a couple of weeks ago at the big event here, which is a meet and greet on the East Coast, and that line was 5 freaking hours long. I can't imagine what.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they limit the ticket sales at these WWE official autograph signings. But, I mean, marks are unpredictable, man. There could be some guy up there telling his life story to one of the wrestlers, They're like
secure she'll move you along.
Yeah, but still, man, that clogs up the stuff, man. That clogs up the line and slows things down. So,
if I'm not mistaken, I think my Saturday morning is like, I think I have a 10:05 photo op. I'm in the group at 10:05 for Stephanie McMahon. I want to say the groups are in 10-minute increments. I don't know. But I'm in a group 10:05 for Stephanie McMahon, and then I think at 10:30 Steve Austin's autograph signing. At least it starts. I don't know how long it goes, but I hope it doesn't go too late, or I'm in it at a decent time because I need to get to Stadium Swim after that. And try not to get sunburnt in the pool, because if you look at me, I have a Steve Borden Starrcade 1997 complexion going on right now. So your boy will have to put on SPF 150 maybe.
I was going to use like a Casper the Ghost reference, but I think that one takes the cake, man.
I wonder though, a pool party when you're watching wrestling, like, is anybody going to stop us from doing suplexes to each other into the pool? Like,
God, dude, I feel like there's going to be more salsita in that pool, man, then you know what to do with, dude. I don't think there's going to be much in the way of a female demographic there if I had to take a wild guess, man. So just watch yourself in the pool, Scott. Make sure you have your swimmies on. You're going to need a good shower after that. I don't think any amount of chlorine is going to help that pool party. But Scott, I wish you the best there. Yeah, don't do too much flexing in that pool.
That's this year's WrestleMania, but I want to take it back real quick. WrestleMania, let me see if I can do my math right. 21 years ago? No, 31 years ago. Yeah. 31 years ago. I want to take us back to WrestleMania 11. So recently, WWE's Vault YouTube page, who always has great gems that they post up.
WWE Vault, it's all like retro stuff, right, Scott?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of our audience probably would cater to WWE Vault. So one of the things they uploaded was the fan festival from WrestleMania 11 in 1995 there, that weekend of, I guess, was it the day before? The day of, Tim? I don't know. You tell me, because you were there.
I was, in fact, there for that WrestleMania 1995, man. Oof. So Vault dropped that this past week, and I don't know if they have a schedule or what the deal is. I wasn't expecting that, but a buddy of ours were in a group message for wrestling related stuff, and he kicked that video over, and I was like, man. So I did attend that fan festival. That was at the Hartford Civic Center in Hartford, Connecticut. I also attended, obviously, the WrestleMania that Sunday, but from my recollection, it was definitely Saturday, Sunday. I want to say it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday for that fan festival. And if I'm also not mistaken, that was the first WrestleMania fan fest that ever happened. There may have been one, and you may know this, Scott. There may have been one for 10. That was so that was the first fan festival. So it was kind of like WWE was like, okay, we're trying this new concept, right? Which is like to bring fans together, make WrestleMania a big weekend kind of thing. I mean, this was way before what we're going through right now, which is, a 2-day event of matches plus, all these extra WWE World autograph signings, things like that. Back then, they were just rolling out the concept and trying it out. And I'll tell you, man, I had such a blast as a kid. I was a young guy. I loved wrestling. I was probably 10, 12 years old at that point, and I attended that. I didn't even know what the hell it was, right? It was just like, oh, we're having a WWF fan festival along with WrestleMania. So I believe that I only went there on Sunday to the fan festival. I may have gone Saturday and Sunday, but if you haven't seen it yet, guys, and you're into the stuff that we're into, old school wrestling, go check out WWE's Vault, a YouTube page, and look for that fan festival. It's like 15 minutes of footage of like raw footage from back at that fan festival, first ever fan festival. And it's basically, I mean, it's a little corny for sure, but it's fans. It's being interviewed at the Fan Fest. And, for me, who was there personally, it brought back a flood of memories. I was like, man, I forgot all about this shit, right? Like there was an international merchandise booth that was there that was really cool. So essentially it was like merchandise that was UF branded merchandise that was sold internationally outside of the US. And then they brought a booth to the WrestleMania at the Hartford Civic Center in Hartford and sold the international merchandise there. So I bought like this knit hat that had like, at the top there with the little string around the back, and it kind of like goes, hangs out back there, and it had the WWF logo on the front. I may still have that hat, by the way. I got to go check
we got to see
Ma Duke's closet there. Yeah, for sure, man. So, and somebody posted in the comments, they were like, oh, look who's working the international WWF merchandise booth, and none other than a young Stephanie McMahon. And I watched the video and I didn't even see that at first, but if you go back and you look, it's Stephanie McMahon working the booth. And of course, as a kid, like I didn't know who she was yet, right? Like, I didn't even know that Vince owned the company, for God's sakes, so I had no clue who Stephanie McMahon was. But, that just goes to show you what a family affair it was.
Born in Hartford.
Wow. Okay. Another fun fact. So yeah, she was in her birth town, birth city. But yeah, cool. I mean, so she was slinging merchandise, just crazy stuff. Vince put everybody to work, man. I bet Shane was back there doing something, probably bringing in pallets or something, But yeah, very cool video. It looked like somebody wrote in the comments too. They're like, it looks like everybody's having a really good time back then. It's like, you know what? Yeah, we were. Like, it kind of sucks now, but back then in the 90s, there wasn't a care in the world, dude.
I was watching clips of those videos. It looked like they were like letting kids get on the second rope and like jump off and play with the rope.
Oh, dude.
But I was like, I don't think they let you do those these days as much as I would love to. But we'll see. Maybe when I'm in Vegas, I don't know. There's going to be rings set up everywhere. So maybe I'll get in one. Let's see. I don't know.
Yeah, they let the kids in the ride, jumped in the ring. I went off the second rope. Like there were legit like WWF referees in there, man. I did that. I almost twisted an ankle. It was crazy. It was crazy. But I felt like I was doing something real wrong.
You should have just pulled it. Tim White would have had to go like this.
Yeah. Throw up the X. Yeah, this guy's hurt. Yeah. But there was like a sign or something I remember that said "Don't climb the ropes," and I saw some other kid do it. I was like, all right, yeah, I can do this. So then I got up on the ring rope, and then I think I got yelled at by a referee, but it was worth it. So yeah, it was cool. It was a legit ring that you could get in. Oh, and the other thing, there was a dunk tank, man. There was a dunk tank with Dink and Doink. So Doink was in. Yeah, you had little Dink run. I mean, we love Dink. You had little Dink running around the dunk tank.
I did see the video, the clip of him in his French Canadian accent.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, Canadian Dink. Yeah, who knew he was a Canuck? So anyway,
I met him one time, and I forgot that he was like French Canadian, and he was talking to me, and I don't know.
You're probably like, what the hell?
Well, he was like, he was leaving. He already had the makeup off and everything. Good old Tiger Jackson. And this is maybe 2017.
Okay, Tiger Jackson, yeah.
So this is like 9 years ago. And it was like, I was one of the last people at this meet and greet that day. And I knew the guy promoting the event. So I like hung around for a little bit. And then I think everybody's going to go eat after. And I was like holding the door open for Dink. And I don't know why. But as I'm holding the door open, he just, here's the thing. I hold the door open, I'm like a nice guy. And then he's like, I don't know. He acted like he was going to karate chop my leg for holding the door open. I don't know. He was just like, in his French Canadian accent. He was like, he said something. I forget what he said. And then he's like, I'm like, okay, Dink. Sure. I think that might have been, away? I don't know. Maybe because in what, 3 episodes ago or whatever, I showed my Dink autograph card. I want to say that was the same day. Could have been.
You said Dink, right, Scott?
I did say Dink.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Thank God.
No, like true story. He acted like he was karate chopping my foot, and I was like, "What is my life? What is happening?" But anyway,
all right. I have no words for that whatsoever. That's ridiculous.
all right. When we clip this, it'll be Scott got karate chopped by Dink? ?
Yes. I think we just figured
That'll
out the
be
title
the
for this
clickbait.
week's episode.
That'll be the clickbait.
Totally.
But anyway,
yes.
sorry.
Scott
I didn't mean to
karate
take away from
chopped
your
by-
fan fest experience. You brought up Dink. I had to bring up that story.
No, actually, Scott, you added to it, so it's totally cool, man. You added to it.
Anyway,
so thank
did you dunk him? I hope you dunked him. Just for
No,
that.
my
just for
Jesus,
that.
like baseball.
22 years later,
My baseball skills were not up to par, man. I mean, I tried. They gave me like 3 baseballs to throw at doink. You know, they got like the the metal thing that's like the bullseye, right? You got to step behind the line, and you couldn't cross the line. You know, so I'm standing behind the line. I mean, not that I whiffed them that bad. I was pretty close. You know, it wasn't like I, threw it and hit the cage or something. You know, it was pretty on point, but I missed.
Tim, all I know
Although
is if you would have had my 2025 Fanatics games pitching accuracy, you would have dunked doink, dink, wink, and pink.
Stink too, brother. Stink too. God, Jesus, we're getting off the rails here, man. That's what a doink dunk tank will do to you. So yeah, that was a good, fun, wholesome time. I was pretty upset too, though, because there was somebody behind me that actually ended up dunking doink. So it's like I felt good about myself after I left the line because I was like, okay, I got the baseballs pretty close to the target, and then some I was gonna say some clown. Some guy ends up hitting the bullseye after me. So our
I have a
kid,
question.
actually, not even a guy. Go ahead.
So when you were attempting to dunk doink,
Yes.
so you were 11 years old because we've established that your age is of that WrestleMania.
Here you go with the mental math again.
So-
Okay, sure.
So you were X1 years old.
All right.
So did your XI year old in you realize that was not the real doink in that dunk tank, or was it actually the real doink?
Damn.
Because I feel like I've
You know-
seen photos, and I feel like it was like an overweight guy with doink makeup on.
It could have definitely been an overweight guy with doink makeup on. What are you doing with your life when you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should have been the real doink. Like if you're being high, it's like, that's worse than a mall Santa. Sorry, I love mall Santas. But like, what are you doing, man? Like you're dressing up with like, what's the job description there? Hey, everybody, we're looking for someone to fill this position. You have to wear green hair, fake, and a mask, makeup and like a clown makeup, and you got to wear big shoes and baggy blue pants. Like, what the hell, man? Who signs up for that? I mean, that's ridiculous.
Obviously,
And we only need you for one day, dude, or a one weekend, and you got to sit in a dunk tank. Like, what the they probably use a stagehand or a cameraman or something from the backstage area. You know
what? You might be onto something. If we ever run like a wrestling convention, do we just bring back Dunk Doink? I'll put on the makeup. I don't care.
Wow, man. You'd be a more believable doink than that guy that was there. I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. I just assumed it was Ray Apollo or, Matt Bourne or something, I just wanted to dunk the asshole. That's really what I wanted to do,
Was he like making fun of you while you were like whiffing him?
100%, dude. Like, you know what? I take back what I said. If I would do that job, if I was allowed to make fun of the fans, I mean, and he was doing that. He was like, you can't hit the target, blah, blah, blah. So then you get all fired up, but then you blow up and then you miss the target, So it's like it's mind games, man. It's mind games.
Oh.
But yeah, he was definitely coming at me. I
can tell you once I've experienced it. I've done the dunk tank, and I did it for like I've done it for like a
tell me it's for charity,
thing.
gotta.
No, it was for charity. It was for Children's Miracle Network of Connecticut, and I can just tell you, I did it
for you, buddy.
And man, I would talk so much smack up on that dunk toy. I remember there was a guy. He came up and he had a Denver Broncos jersey on, and this was like 10 years ago. I don't know, but I just remember I was like, well, if you throw those balls the way your quarterback throws balls, you're never gonna sink me. I would talk
Nice.
so much stuff. Of course, at that point, he would just spend the money and run up and hit the button, and I would go down. But hey, it was all for charity.
Yeah. That guy dropped $100 after those comments. Wow, dude. Wow, that's cool, man. I would like to sit in the dunk tank sometime. That'd be cool. So anyway, yeah, Fan Festival. That was a good time, man. And one other thing that happened there. So this Fan Fest, Scott, what was April 95?
Yes. If you said you went on the Sunday, then it was April 2nd, 1995.
Scott,
I know, it's sad.
It's sickening, Scott. I love it. So at that time, I'm walking around the Fan Festival or whatever, and I was still a kid. So like, I was a WWF guy, right? Like, I wasn't privileged enough to, or even like had any wherewithal to really. I read about other promotions in the magazine. So I was an Apter mag guy through and through. Bill Apter, we talked about him. Got another cool thing I want to do with Bill Apter, but I'll talk to you about that after. Bill Apter, I would read the Apter mag. So I was aware of, like, in the back of the Apter mags, they would tell you, okay, like rating like the top 10 wrestlers within each promotion, right? So this is how I got exposure to other promotions outside of WWF. Like we talk about going to rent the VHSs, right? Definitely cool thing. Got to figure out what WCW was or NW through the renting of VHSs. But in the Apter mags, they had all the promotions. So, of course, there was USWA, there was WWF, there was NWA/WCW, and there was also SMW, which was SMW, Smoky Mountain Wrestling. So at that time, during WWF was in a down period at that time, if you remember back, it was a kind of a transitional period for the company. Finances were down, things like that. They were trying to find talent, and they were getting talent from Smoky Mountain Wrestling. So believe it or not, walking around in the crowd at the Fan Fest, not scheduled for an autograph signing or meet and greet or anything like that, was none other than Chris Candido. So all I knew was he was a big guy, right? So I'm like, oh man, this guy's got to be a wrestler, right? He's got it, but I didn't know who he was because I just hadn't seen any Smoky Mountain. And he was walking around there, and I saw somebody else go up to him and get his autograph. And then so I flagged the dude down and I said, hey man, who is that guy? And he goes, oh, that's Chris Candido from Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I actually went up to Candido and asked for his autograph. And I got Chris Candido's autograph in April of 95, not having any effing clue who he was. And that was 2 months before he debuted as Skip of the Body Donnas with Sonny in the WWF. So kind of a cool story, I think.
Absolutely a cool story. Did he sign, what did he sign? Like a piece of paper for you?
I need to check, Scott. I knew that was going to be your next question. So it was either a piece of paper or they had a fan festival like program. Okay. It was like this
talking about.
Beautiful, man. And you guys can Google it if you want to, if you don't know what we're talking about here.
I've seen it on eBay, and I'm not even lying. I talked about that program we're talking about with a coworker this week, because a coworker at my job was telling me about the WWE Vault and the Fan Festival. And I was like, hey, did you go? He's like, yeah. And I got a bunch of autographs. And I was like, first thing that went through my mind, I was like,
do you have it?
Do you still I was like, did you get promos signed? Because I was like, I'll give you good money for those promos. And he's like, no. He's like, it was like a pamphlet booklet. And I was like, and then it dawned on me, I was like, it was like purple and white. And it was like sponsored by Foxwoods. I think Foxwoods, like that casino just opened up and
opened. Yes, 100%.
So maybe they sponsored this whole event or something, or maybe they started in like 92. I don't know. But yeah, I remember specifically that I've never seen it. I've just seen pictures of it, but I know the program that you're talking about. So you're saying you have Candido's autograph in it. You got to dig that one up, man. And then he would have signed it as 100%. It wasn't Skip yet.
He was not Skip, so he signed it as Chris Candido on a WWF official program.
Next question. Did he have a female companion? Was Sonny with him?
I do not remember Sonny there. I think he was walking around the fan fest on his own. God knows where Sonny was enjoying her sunny days. Maybe I'm only surmising here. She was not with him because I would have remembered that. So he was kind of walking around on his own. I think he was with somebody else too, who I did not know who that wrestler was.
Was it like an older wrestler? I feel like he would have been with like an agent, like a Rene Goulet or something, like walking him around.
Yeah, or Tony Correa.
Like a Rene Goulet or a Blackjack Lanza or a Tony Correa.
Right.
Yeah.
Or a Dave Hebner, like one of the officials. I don't remember him being with an official either. He definitely, I want to say he had a black fanny pack on. Surprise.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's a dead giveaway.
Spoiler alert. I packed a black fanny pack in my suitcase over there.
Oh, that's right, dude. Yeah, hopefully you got the Zumbas and the fanny pack and
I'm not, and the Ribera jacket. No, I'm not bringing that.
Ribera
fanny pack is. I feel like the fanny pack is like a good thing to bring to the pool party because like whatever. If I needed somewhere to put my wallet, like whatever, it's in the fanny pack. I don't know.
A fanny pack is a good thing to bring to any wrestling event, let alone a pool party, dude. Come on, man.
You know what's funny? It is a WWE licensed fanny pack, which I honestly think I was given to me the last time I was in Vegas.
Wow.
Well, not the last time I was in Vegas. 2 times ago when I went to WrestleMania or SummerSlam 2021, which was also in Vegas. But anyway.
Cool. Yeah. So that experience, I got to walk by the Undertaker in 1995. His autograph line was over 2 hours long. It was like 2.5 hours. And I was like, oh, I'm not waiting for that. I should have done it. I should have waited. Kind of kick myself a little bit right now.
The Undertaker beat, man. That's not even half the line Rick Martel had.
When you said on last week's episode, you're like, oh yeah, the model Rick Martel's line was like 5 hours long. And I was like, fuck, I thought back to that moment with the Undertaker being a 2-hour line and me being like, oh, that's too much. And he had Bear with him too. And the urn, by the way.
You were a kid, so I don't know how different it is. But now in 2026, who cares about the line you wait in? I mean, like, unless if you're really in a hurry, you got the world at your fingertips. You have your phone that you can look up every single thing. If you're waiting an hour in the grocery store line, who cares? Like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, as long as my ice cream's not melting, like, whatever. I'm looking at everything, Twitter, everything, Facebook, like, whatever. I'm doing my next purchases or whatever on my phone, like, whatever. But back then, we didn't have the luxury, so.
No, we did not. And I was a snot-nosed kid that didn't have patience. So instead, I went to go dunk doink instead. But yeah, there were cool things. I'm trying to remember what else was going on there. They had a bunch of like interactive type things. They had like interview segments, like live interview segments that were there to kind of promo the matches, right? Like Bigelow, Bam Bam Bigelow was out kind of promoting his matchup with LT, Lawrence Taylor, Shawn Michaels. I saw in the clips Michaels and Bret Hart were together doing a kind of an interview. Like they had like a mini stage thing. It was whatever. It was kind of a makeshift stage or whatever. And then they got up there on the mic cutting promos. And then like the crowd would just be like out in front. Right. And they would have scheduled times of like, okay, Shawn Michaels is going to appear at 2 p.m. on the stage kind of a thing. So it was really well done, man. I just remember that and it wasn't overwhelming with people. Like it obviously you had your international audience that still traveled there. And, Hartford Civic Center holds like, I don't know, 18,000 people, something like that, 16, 18, something like that.
Let me ask you, was it inside like the actual arena? Like it was in the arena or it was in like a vestibule area or something?
It was in a separate gimmick. So like in the Civic Center, this for people that don't know the Civic Center, there was a downstairs area, dude. So I would venture to say that you've never been down there before, but it's like a and I would actually talking about this right now. I'd love to go down and just see what it looks like right now in 2026, to be like, oh, okay, like yeah, probably 31,
it's now the People's Bank Arena. I know they've redone
People's Bank Arena. Okay. Yeah. I used to be the old XL Center there and Civic Center with the Whalers before that, but I'd love to go downstairs. So it was a downstairs area. You had to take 2 flights of stairs to get down there, and they held it down in that, like, it's like a convention center thing that's underneath the arena is where that took place. But very cool stuff. Scott, I'm going to find that program because it's not a true wrestling program. It's a 2-piece thing that opens up, right? So it's like page 1 cover, you open it opens up to 2 kind of blank spaces that you can kind of write the autographs on. It's got the logo at the top, and then on the back you can have autographs too. So I did get a fair amount of autographs, not as many as some people did, but I'd love to go back just to look at those signatures, man, because I haven't looked at those since probably when I got them, 1995. So it's been a long time. Those are definitely stored away somewhere.
You mentioned that Candido story, and I know a mutual friend of ours, I guess he was also at that fan festival, and he mentioned that I guess he was signed, but he hadn't debuted yet. He didn't debut for another month, but he was kind of, I guess, walking around this fan fest, kind of experiencing WrestleMania. And you know who that was? None other than Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. So he was, I guess, checking out everything there. I don't know, because I wasn't part of it there, but supposedly he was present at this. He was like the backstage at that WrestleMania and the fan fest and whatnot.
Wow, man, that's a cool factoid too. Like, we can look at that in retrospect now, right? Like, we can say, okay, obviously we know who Hunter Hearst Helmsley is at this point, right? We know who Chris Candido went on to become, but like,
isn't that just insane though? Like, so Triple H, he's there, he's walking around, he's getting to experience the company for the first time, and then his future wife is running the international merchandise stand. Like,
wow, dude, I didn't even go there, man, but you're so right.
And
Holy crap. Yeah, she's slinging merch as like how old was she? There's got to be a number there.
Was she in college?
In her 20s?
She might have been in college.
95. I don't know when she was born. Maybe was she born in 80?
We'd have to look it up.
We gotta look it up. 1970. Anyway, so yeah, she was running the merch stand, and he was being introduced to the WWF for the first time, and now he's running the whole damn company. It's just amazing how life works sometimes, but very cool stuff. And speaking of the vault, like, I want to kind of, I got inspired with this video this week, this drop of the Fan Fest video. And it's cool because this footage hasn't seen the light of day apparently since 1995. So it was really neat to see this footage come out all of a sudden. I'll admit, I went through that video with a fine-tooth comb, man, to see if I could find a young Timbo Slice in there, man. I did not find myself, and I think that's because I did see the camera crew there. I remember that when I was 11 years old, but I did not I definitely wasn't interviewed. I thought I had walked behind someone being interviewed at one point and, been like a stupid mark and right in front of the camera. You know what I mean?
The old Jim Carrey.
I could not. 100%, man. Yes. Yeah, I did not find myself on there. And I think they did the majority of their footage on like that Friday and Saturday. Definitely on the Saturday. The camera crew was there on Sunday, but just like not really filming too much because at that point the event was happening, right? They were trying to film that stuff to try to build up the Fan Fest, to get people to buy tickets to go to the Fan Fest, and to get people obviously to buy tickets and go to WrestleMania. So at that point, when I was at the festival, the camera crew wasn't doing too much filming, and there also wasn't too many promos that day. I remember, which kind of I remember being like a little disappointed as a kid because I was like, oh, I wanted to see some of these like live promos, but these guys were getting ready for their matches, man. If you think about it, right? It was like the afternoon before Mania. They're doing rehearsals and getting ready for the big event, for Mania. So cool experience, definitely. I'm so glad that I was able to experience that, the first ever WWE WWF Fan Festival. And like I said, I'll see if I could dig out those autographs and put them on air here for everybody to see. But yeah, more stories like that to come, man. Fun stuff. We've been lifelong wrestling fans, so it's It's been a journey, and we've been on a journey, and we're here to share it with you guys. Just a reminder to everybody before we wrap up here, we're up against time. Scott and I need to get to bed because we got to be up early for that damn red-eye flight that got a book because it was cheap. Anyway, so definitely right. There's no way this guy's going to be able to sleep. Are you kidding me? He's got Mania tomorrow. So we will be broadcasting live. Are you ready to go to bed? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, my daughter's calling right now. So yeah, like, follow, share, definitely comment on our stuff. Let us know what you want to see. I said that earlier. We are at the Stiff Shot Pod on all your favorite social media platforms. We're going to have more stories like this, guys, from 1995 Fan Festival. Scott Gata is going to WrestleMania. He is on the road. He is at the start of the road right now to WrestleMania. He's going to be hitting up Las Vegas, and we're going to be live. So definitely follow along for alerts and notifications so you know when we go live. I think we're going to go live on YouTube. I'm going to say that right now. So if you are not a subscriber to YouTube for the Stiff Shot Pod, definitely do that right now because we're gonna have some fun stuff coming. I have a feeling, we might even get a shot with Scott in his swimmies. And the big 140 whatever inch television screen and big pool parties, man, and meet and greets. He's going to be at WrestleCon too, so we can get some of the old classic wrestlers, some of the veterans. Hopefully we can get them on the podcast, get some footage of them. So this is going to be an exciting week for us, guys. This is WrestleMania week. We're old school guys. We prefer the old school stuff, but we still keep up with the current product. And we got a big one for you, WrestleMania 42. Scott, make sure the plane ticket says Vegas and not New Orleans, right, bud? Because Mania was supposed to be down in the bayou down there, and instead we are going to be in Vegas.
Wait, what?
We are going to be in Vegas. All right, we're going to need the cut camera here. Scott's going to Bourbon Street. I think he's on Bourbon Street tonight, brother. Yeah, man. Fremont, dude, not Bourbon Street. Okay. All right. Get it right. Cool, guys. Thank you for joining us. This has been episode 5 of the Stiff Shot Podcast. Like, follow, share along with us. We will be coming back to you likely tomorrow with some live stuff, and we're going to be having fun. This guy, Scott's definitely going to be having fun, and we hope that you have some fun along with us. So thank you, everybody. Have a good night. We bid you a 2.
2 hours hard out, huh? Right at two on the dot.